Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show presents the NXT Ring Report. Yeah, a lot going on in NXT tonight. We're going to give you the rundown of some of the matches that you're going to be seeing tonight, including this right here. A weaponized steel cage match between former teammates, brethren of Dark State, Shaquan Sugars, Dion Lennox one-on-one. We'll see that match. Well, there's a Cruiserweight Championship match between EK Cross versus Ray Phoenix. Ray Phoenix having a phenomenal win last night on Raw, entering himself into the tournament to go against his brother Pimp. We'll see that match coming up. Well, this one right here, Kai Armstrong taking on Zarya one-on-one, but interesting caveat, if Zarya loses, Kai Armstrong is added to the match for that unification match between her and Ren Sinclair, making it a triple threat match. We'll talk about that as well. And also, too, the world is still mourning the loss of legendary country singer, entertainer, Dolly Parton. We'll tell you about Dolly Parton's ties to wrestling. We'll talk about it a little bit later on here on the show, remembering Dolly. Get the Pro Wrestling Show started right here, right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Kendall Grace here. Glad you can join us here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on. Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe as you can. Tell a friend, call a friend. Hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. We kick things off on NXT with this right here, a weaponized steel cage match between Dion Lennox versus Shaquan Sugars. These members of Dark State. Shaquan got kicked out of the group of Dark State due to Dion's leadership. And, he kept challenging Dion's leadership, but tonight these two men battled inside the steel cage to put their differences aside finally and stuff. So we saw that tonight. And you tell right here the weaponized steel cage match got underway. And you see Shaquan taking it to Dion. All weapons was legal in this match, and no weapons weren't being wasted. I can tell you that right now. Shaquan, Dion using taking Shaquan to a spine buster, using that onto the trash can, doing that. It was all weapons legal in the match. Even Shaquan drop kicking Dion into the trash can with a missile drop kick. Yeah, so an area as well. Right here, Dion trying to choke the living daylights with that kendo stick to Shaquan. Trying to find a measure of escape of the whole entire match. This match was brutal, vicious, destructive. You name it. Shaquan even did a high risk move right here, high top move. Shaquan getting the Duke, getting the 1, 2, 3. Shaquan wins his match, and Shaquan earns himself the opportunity. Shaquan Sugars doing what he needed to do what's best. And Shaquan doing that as he did. And they see Shaquan Sugars putting an end to the chapter of what he had to do to defeat Dion Lennox in a devastating maneuver. I'll tell you that right now. Shaquan Sugars putting that right, but leaving that behind him as he did with Dion. But we move on to another personal rivalry. We know Natalya called out Miss Parker, Jada Parker, and both women came to Jada Parker coming out there with fanfare and called out Natty and put Natty to issue about why Nell might be jealous. I'm thinking Natalya probably called out Jada because Jada was allegedly breaking up the home of Jey Uso and his wife. Jay's going through a divorce. She's the reason. We know that that Heatwave, these two women will meet one-on-one. We'll see that match between these two at Heatwave coming up. So looking forward to seeing that at Heatwave between Parker and Natalya one-on-one. It's going to be personal. It's going to be dangerous. So we're going to see that match coming up. Even another match right here. Cam Hendricks took on the brutal Keanu Carter, who has been on a peaceful journey. And Keanu Carter and Cam Hendricks, I think Keanu won his match. Cam Hendricks, they had to rethink that again. So let's see. Also, too, the NXT champion Tony D'Angelo called out all three of his challengers and talked about them and talked about all their traits and their personalities and why they want to take the title away from him. So it looks like Tony D'Angelo's fired up, and he should be fired up. Don't look get later on. We're going to talk about the championship summit coming up here between the men's championship match and the women's championship matches. Right here, looks like what's his name came in and attacked Cam Hendricks, giving Keanu Carter the victory. Keanu Carter winning over a count out. So Keanu Carter doing that thing. Also, too, Kanani Jordan, she's gonna be part of the women's championship match when she challenges Kendall Grace for the title. Kanani Jordan ain't gonna stop no stop back. Kanani Jordan looking for a moment. Kanani Jordan looking for it and want to take the championship away from Kendall Grace, who had a lingering ear issue. But speaking of that, you see this chain right here. This chain is a Maga, but the chain encompasses his son, Zilla. Zilla saying the same thing, that he's going to be the one to take the NXT Championship in his debut match. Is Zilla be the one to do it? That's going to be the question that everybody wants to know. Zilla Fatu saying that he's going to do it. Them just damn vignettes and stuff. Where we get to this right here. Zarya. Zarya went one-on-one against Kai Armstrong. Kai Armstrong kind of reminds me of Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair first started. Kai Armstrong, a lot of strength, and she's like a female powerhouse. Indeed, she came out there looking to lock and load and become. But the interesting caveat was that Kai Armstrong won the match over Zarya. She will be added to the triple threat match, added to the championship match, thus making a triple threat match for the unification of the North American and Speed Championship. And look at Kai, she was hungry, she was ready, even did a superplex against Zarya. But Kai Armstrong getting the victory, earned herself and insert herself in the match. So Kai Armstrong in the match, and Kai Armstrong will be joined by Ren Sinclair and Zarya. She's the only one without a championship, but she could leave Heatwave with a championship. Don't forget, we'll have the Heatwave predicted outcome special as well as the review throughout that whole Sunday on Heat Race. Look forward to seeing that coming up. Well, speaking of that, we move on to this right here. Ren Sinclair and Kendall Grace, who had a lingering ear issue. They talking to the NASCAR person trying to promote NASCAR, I guess. How they go. Well, we go to this right here. Birthright was in tag team action against a whole bunch of others. And, Sean Jordan Vane and Sean Henderson. They was in action. So we see a lot of them ready to go. It was like an 8-man tag team match. Romeo McClure against Birthright. What the Birthright was. See a whole bunch of stuff right here. Even Birthright getting the victory and Birthright winning their match tonight. Well, we get this right here. The Cruiserweight Championship of Triple A was online. Ray Phoenix taking on EK Prosper. EK Prosper versus Ray Phoenix. Highly aerial move of Cruiserweight action. And as you see right here, both men trying to test each other out and test each other to see how far they're going to go. You see where EK Prosper those aerial attacks, even that super suplex stuff. Even to the point that EK Prosper tried to get the victory over Ray Phoenix. Ray Phoenix didn't see this one coming right here. Ray Phoenix found the way to get the victory over EK and did defeated EK Prosper to win. So Ray Phoenix getting the victory over EK Prosper. Both men showing good sportsmanship and showing good honesty and integrity. So good for them. When we get to the championship summit, there all the champions was in the Kendall Grace, Ren Sinclair, being their challengers, Kanani Jordan. And, it was just none other than a brawl fall. Cruz Montana attacking the security and knocking him out. They want to get his hands on Zilla Fatu, Zilla, Grayson Waller, a whole bunch of other people. It just was a whole mess. Even to the point that everyone brawling to Zilla took everybody out, and then Zilla holding the NXT Championship along with Kendall Grace and Ren Sinclair holding both them titles. I think Zilla thought he was gonna knock one of the women out and gonna attack one of the women, but Zilla kind of knew better. Zilla kind of went after the dudes and took them down and got him closer to what he needed to be. And stuff. So Zilla. So Zilla. Send a message and send the message real clear and real good. So Zilla doing what he need to do. Like that for Zilla. On that. All right, that ends the NXT Ring Report. Don't forget Heatwave coming your way this Sunday on the CW. We're gonna have predict the outcome special for Heatwave that Sunday afternoon, getting you set up for Heatwave, and then after Heatwave, we're gonna have the NXT review for Heatwave. So look forward to seeing that. We're gonna have a Heatwave special edition, predict the outcome as well as the Ring Report or review. Well, we're gonna go to this right here. Sad times right here. We just found out earlier today. Don't forget tomorrow on Viral, we'll have Dolly Parton remembering her. So look forward to seeing that tomorrow on Viral. We'll have that for you coming up. But, since we know everyone like everyone else found out, the world found out that legendary country singer, philanthropist, singer, songwriter, actress, the woman who sung Jolene, wrote Jolene, 9 to 5, one of my all-time favorites, and the all-time classic, I Always Will Love You. Dolly Parton has passed away at the age of 80 years old. Um, when I got the news today, it was kind of like I was taken aback and caught by surprise, thinking to myself like, man, Dolly Parton, but she's 80 years old, so she lived a good life at 80 years old. Most people won't even make it to 80, but Dolly Parton was suffering a lot of health issues. We found out that she was had a brief battle with cancer. Her nephew had a video today and said to the world that his Aunt Dolly had passed away. Wow. It took everybody back. It makes you look at life a little bit different. And you kind of think, you know what? Dolly Parton lived her life. She did good in the world. And the world remembers that. And the world would, this world could be so evil and cruel. So all over the place. Sometimes it can be the people. But at the same time, you have to bring good to the world if you can. Dolly Parton in the world good, and she's gonna leave this world good. And I think that's what some people need to take account of what's her legacy. Do things good. Don't expect nothing back. And you want to leave this world a better place. And I think she did tonight. And I think I'm going to be praying for her family, and her fans, and everyone around the world. Because Dolly Parton really paved the way for just that kind act. And hopefully she's out. I know she's at a better place right now. And this is her with Hulk Hogan. not too long ago passed away too. So both of them are, you know, in heaven, hopefully. And Hulk Hogan, he had his good, his bad, but the other part really was, had her good, bad, but you mainly heard some good. But this is the time when they was back in the, I'd say the late 80s, 87, when she was doing the video with headlock on my heart, on my heart. So Dolly Parton really paved the way for country music stars to really be themselves and stand up for themselves and never be unapologetic to what you do. And I think that's what we need this world. Be yourself. Don't be something that you're not. And I think if we do that, a lot of us will be a little bit better than we were first was. So tonight, this episode of the Pro Wrestling Show NXT Ring Report will be dedicated to the legendary Dolly Parton. May she rest in peace, and we always will love her.